to get the heart racing early today. So let's quickly go through our breathing. So on the inhale, I want you to think about zipping up through this pelvic floor. On the exhale, I want you to think about squeezing the ribs to hips. Inhale, zip up through the pelvic floor. Exhale, ribs to hips. I want you to always think about posture throughout all our exercises. So nice and long through the spine, as if someone's pulling you up from the top of your head, shoulders down and back, chin slightly tucked in, and that core nice and activated. Okay, so we're just going to go out to the side. I want you to lift your elbows out to the side. Don't leave your hands behind. We're really going to warm up these shoulders. So fist we want here. So we're just going to bring our leg out to the side and our arms up. Slight bend in this knee. So really pushing through the glute here. So think about your posture. We're going to do this relatively quickly to get this heart rate up here. So out to the side. Skipping out that belly. Using that breath. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bring our hands out to the front, fingers out, and then when we come back in, squeeze the fist. So out and back. So we're really warming up our upper body as well as our lower body. Using that breath, try and keep those knees tracking straight ahead, so we're not straining any of those knees. For 5, 4, really squeeze your biceps, and 1. Now we're going to go back. So we're going to bring our hands back, keep those elbows out as we bring the foot back. Lean slightly forward. So keep those elbows up so we're using our triceps. Lengthen through the fingers as you go back and then back into the fist. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Starting on the other side. So elbows beside the body, and we're going to go out and in. Leg goes out to the side. Bend that standing knee. Push through the heel so you can feel that glute activated. So elbows come up just to shoulder height. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come out to the front, fingers stretched out, then come back into the fist. Really work those biceps, upper back. So as you pull back, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Think about your posture. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go back. Keep your elbows up, don't bring them back down here. As we go back up, hold those elbows up and squeeze those triceps. Lean forward slightly here so your eye gaze towards the top of the mat. Slight bend in that standing leg, squeezing your glute. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to do that all over again, but more now, a little bit slower. We're working on our balance. So bend that knee. This time we can just put our hands in front here as we just step out to the side and try not touch out to the side. So we're just balancing on the one leg, squeezing through the glute. Not long here. For 5, 4, hold it out and just lift and lower. Lift and lower. Squeeze your abdominals for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it out to the front. So just out to the front and try and not touch. Nice and tall. Squeezing abdominals. 5, 4, slight bend in that standing knee. 2, and 1. Hold it up, out, and lift and lower. Squeeze those abdominals. Lift and lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go back now. So lean forward slightly as we just bring that leg back just off the mat. Squeeze abdominals, shoulders down and back, bending that standing leg for 5, 4, 3, squeeze that glute, 2, hold it out there and just lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Okay, just the other side now, out to the side. So try not to touch. We want to think about a balance. Hands out in front and just stepping out and in. So try not to touch the mat as you take that leg out. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold it up there and lift and lower. Lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it out to the front now. Try and keep those knees straight ahead. Keep breathing, keep thinking about your posture. 2 and 1. Hold it out there and lift and lower. Lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we go towards the back. Lean over slightly and out we go. Squeeze that glute. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then lift and lower. Just a little lift. Squeeze that glute as you lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Shake that out. Okay. Down towards the end of your mat, you're just going to lift your arms out wide. We're just going to come down into a fold. So we're just hinging from this hip joint. As we come down, scoop out the belly, protect the lower back. We're just going to come down halfway. So don't lock those knees. Scoop out the belly nice and long through the spine. We're going to bring the arms overhead and back to the side. Overhead, back to the side. Scoop out that belly, push through those heels. You should really feel those glutes and hammies working. Now we're going to bring it from the middle to the back.
Madonna,
yes.
Could you, raise your camera up a little bit because you're decapitated.
Sure.
Thanks, darling.
Back to the middle. Back. Really squeeze between your shoulder blades. Squeeze. Squeeze. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're now going to bend our knees, bring our hands down onto the mat, and then slide those hands up the legs and the body, slowly rolling up, stretching to the ceiling. Bring those hands out wide, bending halfway down. Don't lock those knees. This time we're going to go up to the overhead and then back all the way. Put the palms up as we go up, palms down as we go back. Scoop out that belly. Really think about squeezing between those shoulder blades. 2. And last one. Bring our hands down towards the mat. So bend your knees as much as you need to put those hands down on the floor. And then scoop out the belly and slide those hands up the body, lifting nice and tall. Let's go down again, bend, bring those hands onto the mat and then slide up the body. Scoop out that belly, protect that lower back. Up we go and bend those knees, bring those hands down. Okay, from here we're just going to walk out into our down dog and we're just going to pedal out those legs. Scoop at that belly and let's just come down onto our knees. Okay, for our plank today, we're going to incorporate the nice little stretch. So we're all going to do option 1 together. So we're just going to come, make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. We're going to come down, bringing our knees back into a modified plank. So don't arch that back, don't round the back, nice straight back and really push that belly button up towards the spine. We're here for 10, 9. Nice long neck as well. 3, 2, 1. We're going to hop onto our toes and bring our right foot up towards our hand. So for some people that might be just halfway. For others you can go all the way. Nice little stretch here. Still scooping out the belly. Then we're going to come back into our modified plank for 10. Really think about your form here. Nice and long through the spine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up onto your toes and bringing the other leg up. The left foot up. If you can, bring it up all the way to your hand and then feel that lovely stretch. Nice deep breath, still scooping out that belly. That's option 1, which you can just continue. Option 2, you're on your toes. So when you bring that foot back onto your toes. For 10, 9. Really lift that bottom up. So your nice long line. Don't let that bottom sink down. 3, 2, 1. Let's bring the right leg up now. Towards that foot. Lovely little stretch. Now, option 1, people, you just go back into your plank. Option 2, we're going to bring the leg out and do a nice big circle. Keeping our back totally straight, bringing that back into our plank. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that other leg up towards your hand and just relax into that stretch. Option 2, people are going to slide that leg out to a nice big circle back into your plank for 20 seconds. Push that belly button up against the spine. Think about your form. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down onto your knees. Let's open up those knees as wide as a mat. Come back into your child's pose and just circle out those wrists. Okay, today we're just going to do some tricep push-ups. Option 1 is just into your box. And you just come down onto your elbows, back up. Please think about though, making sure you're squeezing those triceps. Option 2, bring those knees back a bit further. Keep those elbows, so they're tricep, keep their elbows close to the body. Elbows don't go out. And option 3, you can hop onto your toes. We're going to do 5 more here. Still scoop out the belly, inhale down, exhale, push away. Inhale down, exhale, push away. 2 more. For the last one, if we can all try it on our toes, we're going to come down for 5 counts, holding up into this plank. We're coming down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back extension work. Always think about the piece of ice underneath your belly button, so lift your belly away from the mat. We're going to bring our hands just beside our head here. We're going to lift up into a cobra pose. We're going to turn our head to the right and then do a little semicircle down with our head up to the left, back to the middle, over to the left, semicircle down, to the right, back to the middle, lower back down. Inhale, zip up, belly button up against the spine, lift up, turn towards the left, semicircle down with your head, to the right, back to the middle, over to the right, semicircle down, to the left, back to the right, and down. Okay, we're just going to come onto our forearms here. We're going to bring one leg up, point, and then we're going to flex and down. The other leg, point, flex, down, point, flex, down. Scoop that belly out still. Think about your posture, shoulders down and back. Nice little hamstring pull here. So point, flex, and down. Point, flex, and down. Keep those shoulders down and back. Eye gaze just above the mat here. Nice long spine. And scoop out that belly. Point, flex, and down. Point, flex, and down. So really squeeze that glute and the hemi as you work those legs. Point, flex, and down. One more each side. And down. Coming down. This time we're going to bring our hands, clasp them together behind you, and bring them up in the middle of your back. We're going to bring both legs up this time in the point flex. So inhale, zip up, exhale, lift up, and both legs come point, flex, and down. Then you're going to lift your hands down to your bottom and lift your body up that little bit higher. Coming down, middle of your back, and then your head goes down. Lift up, bring those legs, point, flex, down. Push those hands down towards your bottom and lift that little bit higher. Squeeze between your shoulder blades and scoop the belly out. Lower back down, hands behind your back. Lifting up, scoop out the belly, point, flex with the legs. Bring those hands down to your bottom and lift a little bit higher. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Coming back down, hands in the middle of your back. Lift up, scoop the belly, point, flex with the legs, push those hands down towards your bottom. Lift a little bit higher. Lower back down. Last time, lift up, point, flex with the legs, push those arms down and lift and lower. Okay. Put your hands on top of each other, bend those knees now, and just windscreen wipe those legs from side to side. You're still scooping out that belly away from the mat. Okay, let's do a nice little quad stretch and chest opener. So grab your right foot into your right hand, keep your knees together, and you're just bending your right leg. Push your thigh into the mat if you need more of a stretch for that quad. Still scooping out the belly away from the mat, always activated. Nice deep breaths. Left hand out to the side of the body, and then with your right hand I want you to push yourself up and over and stamp the right leg behind you. So you're now stretching out your chest. It's a nice hip opener. So arm is behind you here. The right arm is underneath you, out to the side. Coming back. Let's put the left foot into the left hand. Keep those knees together and push the knee into the mat to really stretch out the front of the leg here. Scoop the belly. Now let's put the right hand out to the side. With the left hand, push your body up and over and stamp the left leg behind you. Okay, coming back up, let's push ourselves up. We're going to come back onto all fours here. We're just going to do a few little cat and cows, lovely for the back. But this time we're going to put our leg out to the side, stretch it out to the side. And we're going to just round that back out, scoop the belly, and then bring the head down. And then tilt that pelvis, arch that back and lift the head up. Let's go back the other way. Round out that back, bring the head down. And then start arching that back and lift the head up. Coming back to neutral, let's bring the other leg out to the side and we'll do two more here. So let's round out the back, bring that head down, start arching that back and lift the head up. Let's go back the other way. And then arching the back, lifting the head up. Okay. Coming back into neutral. If you need to have your little towel here, we're not going to be here for long, but if you just want a little break, the heels of the hands, or if you do have some high weights that you can hold on to, like Sue suggested, we're just going to slide that right leg along the mat and the left arm along the mat. Keep this pelvis perfectly parallel, shoulders parallel to the mat. We're just going to lift up just to shoulder height, just to hip height. Eye gaze down to the mat, and I want you to lengthen through your fingers and through your toes. This is a lovely exercise for your back. So really stretch through your fingers and through your toes, but keep your pelvis and shoulders perfectly parallel. And lower back down. Let's slide the right hand along the left leg, lift up to shoulder height and hip height, and stretch through those fingers and through the toes. Lower back down. Let's go over to the other side. So left hand out, right leg, and just let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. So think long through the spine. Only lift that leg as high as your hip. So you're not arching the back. And you're thinking about squeezing that glute just as you lift that up. Just in that panty line there. An arm up to shoulder height. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up here. Now we're going to bring our elbow and our knee together and really squeeze those abdominals. And then lengthen out. Coming back in, squeeze. Lengthen out. Coming back in, squeeze. Lengthen. Ribs to hips on the exhale. Inhale, lengthen. 2 and 1. Let's go over to the other side. So right hand, left leg, just lifting up to shoulder height and hip height and down. So you've really got to keep that pelvis still. Nice and controlled movements. Don't let it just drop down. And squeeze that glute. Keep those, exhale as you lift, so make sure that ribs to hips, so you're not arching that back. 4, 3, 2, hold it up here. Now bring elbow and knee together, and then lengthen. Elbow and knee, and lengthen. Exhale, inhale, lengthen. Ribs to hips. For 3, 2, and 1. Coming down. Let's go back over to the right leg. We're going to slide that along the mat, and we're just going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. So keep those shoulders here and those hips parallel. So as you lift your leg, I don't want you opening up the hip. Keep those hips perfectly parallel, square to the mat. And squeeze that glute as you lift it up. Squeeze, squeeze. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up here and just little pulses. Pulse, pulse. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now I want you to bring the left hand along the mat. So you're down on the elbow here. And it's parallel to the end of your mat. Now we're going to bring this leg around to the side and back. Around to the side, really squeeze ribs to hips, you bring it up and back. Nice and controlled. Squeezing that glute the whole time. Squeeze. For 4. Nice and controlled. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring it out to the side here and just lift and lower. Nice. You feel that abdominal connection as you lift and lower that leg. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pulse it up here. Pulse, pulse. Feel those abdominals working. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee back down. Now we're going to do a nice little hip opener. So nice big circles with that knee. Try and keep the pelvis still. And let's go back the other way. Open up those hips. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now you're going to twist onto your knee here. So pivot on that top of the knee and we're going to come over to the side. So this is where you probably can fold up that towel to have a little bit of height here. So you're just on your knee, the right leg should be out to the side here. So we're continuing to use this leg here. So we're just going to lift up, squeeze ribs to hips, lift up, inhale down, inhale down. Squeeze that glute. Keep a nice long shoulders down and back. Think about your posture. Chest is proud. For 4, 3, 2, hold it up here. Can we pulse, 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 pulse? Feel that abdominal connection as you're moving that leg. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that hand overhead. Now we're going to bring the elbow and knee together. Squeeze, lengthen, squeeze, lengthen, squeeze, lengthen. Really use those abdominals, squeeze them, ribs to hips. For 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Let's go over to the other side while we're on the side here. So we should be on the right knee, lifting up this left leg. Squeezing abdominals, chest is proud. So we're not turning towards the mat, lifting up our waist and lifting up the leg and lower. Lift and lower. Exhale as you lift, squeeze ribs to hips. Nice and controlled up, nice and controlled down. You can feel that in your standing glute as well. For 4, 3, 2, hold it up here. Let's do a couple of little pulses. Pulse, pulse. Keep that chest proud. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arm overhead, and let's bring the knee and the elbow together and lengthen. And lengthen. If this is too much on your wrist, you can always go down onto your elbow, do exactly the same thing. You can lie on your side and do exactly the same thing, but really think about ribs to hips. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come back down now. That top leg we were just using, we're going to use that again. So bring that back, that left leg out, and we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Scoop out that belly and lower. For 4, 3, keep those hips still. And 1, hold it up, let's pulse. Pulse. Squeeze that glute. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring our right elbow down, and our hand goes towards the hand. So it's along parallel to the top of the mat. And we're going to lift that leg at the back and bring it to the side now. And back. Ribs to hips. Try and keep that leg in line with the top of the pelvis. for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it out to the side. Now lift and lower. Really use those abdominals to lift that leg. For 4, 3, 2, hold it up here, and let's just pulse. We're almost there. Push that belly button in towards the spine. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee down. Now we're going to do some nice juicy circles with those knees. Really opening up the hip. Nice and controlled movements. Open it up as far as you can. And then let's go back the other way. Really push that belly button into the spine. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back into your child's pose. Hands out in front, and let's just circle those wrists one way and then the other. We're going to come up, and we're going to come onto our bottom. This is it now. We're just finishing off with some abdominals. So we're nearly there. Let's come up onto our bottoms here. We're going to come down to a nice little roll down. So shoulders down and back, nice and long through the spine, and then we're going to curve the spine. Squeeze ribs to hips and bring yourself slowly down onto your back. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to start quite simple. We're just going to bring our hands behind our head, so clasp those fingers behind your head. As we come up, lift the upper body, we're going to bring the knee up. So inhale, zip up, exhale, lift up, and just lift one knee off the mat. Lower back down. Lift the other knee off. Inhale back down, exhale, ribs to hips as you come up. Try and lift that upper body up a little bit higher so you're not straining that neck. So you've got the weight of the head over your chest. And push that belly button in towards the spine. Ribs to hips as you come up. Really feel those abdominals working. 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time we're going to come up, we're going to bring the knee up, and then we're going to lengthen the leg. So inhale, zip up, exhale, lift up, bring that knee up, lengthen the leg, bend, lower and lower the head. Inhale, zip up, exhale, ribs to hips, lengthen, bring that knee back, lower back down. And again, keep those elbows wide, don't pull on your head with your hands, keep your body up with your abdominals. And down. And down. So inhale as you come up, prepare, exhale to lengthen the leg, inhale, down. And down. And down. 2 more. And down. And down. This time, as we come up, we're going to scoop the leg. So inhale, zip up, exhale, coming up, bring that knee into tabletop, and we're going to lengthen the leg, scoop it out into a circle. Scoop it, lift it up. Scoop it, lift it up. Try and keep your head up, but if you need to rest, put your head down, but keep moving that leg, keep feeling that abdominal connection with your abdominals and the leg movement. Keep breathing. Ribs to hips on the exhale. Let's reverse that circle. So it goes down and then along the mat, lift it up, down, along the mat, lift it up. Try and keep your hips perfectly still. For 4, 3, can you come up a little bit higher with the body, 2, and 1. Bend that knee, bring that down. We're going to do the other leg. Inhale, zip up. Exhale as you come up. Bring that knee into tabletop, lift it up, and down we go. Keep those hips perfectly still. You're just hinging from that hip joint. Squeeze ribs to hips. Elbows wide, don't pull on that head. But you can lower your head at any time. Let's reverse that circle along the mat, lift it up. Along the mat, lift it up. Squeeze ribs to hips. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee, bring your head down. This time we're going to do both legs together. Only lower your leg as far as you can without the back arching. So I want, with both legs off the mat, I want you to push that spine into the mat, your belly button into the spine. Okay. Inhale, zip up. Let's bring our knees into tabletop. Lift up your head. So you don't need to lift your head. You will still get abdominal exercise if your head's feeling any strain. So inhale, zip up, exhale. We're going to bring our legs into that nice little circle. Bend, lift up to the ceiling. Down only as far as you can without arching that back. Can you lift your head up a little bit higher? Nice and controlled. Keep breathing. And you guessed it, we're going to reverse. So along the mat, lift up. Inhale along the mat, exhale, ribs to hips as you lift it up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest. Let's just rock from side to side, around and around. Splay those knees out and then nice big circles with those knees. And then back the other way. Okay, we're going to finish off our abdominals with now a similar sort of thing, but we're going to work our obliques. So we're going to do our crisscross. So hands behind the head. At any stage, if you want to keep the head down, you can, but really make sure that you're feeling that abdominal connection with the legs. So you're still using your abdominals. So inhale, zip up, exhale. As we lift one leg, we're going to bring our, not so much our elbow, but our armpit. So I don't want you pulling on your head. Keep your arms wide and really twist. So inhale, zip up, exhale, lift the right leg as your left armpit comes towards that knee. Lower back down. Over to the other side, twist, lower back down. Exhale as you come up and down. Ribs to hips and down. Push that belly button into the spine and down. Really twist and twist. Don't bring those elbows and pull on your head. Use your abdominals to lift up that body. Use your breath, ribs to hips. 2 and 1. Lower back down. This time we're going to twist towards a leg that goes as we twist, and then we're going to bring it out and back and down. So inhale, zip up. Exhale, lift up. Bring up that leg, twist. Lengthen the leg. Back and down. Over to the other side. Twist. Leg into tabletop, lengthen, back and down. Lengthen, back, down. Twist, lengthen, back and down. Twist. Twist. 4 more. Two more. Twist, lengthen, back and down. Okay, this time we're going to bring our knees into tabletop. We're going to do, as we twist to one leg, we're going to do our little circles. So inhale, zip up, exhale, come up. Twist towards the right leg as the left leg goes out into our circle. Scoop it up, lift it up. Scoop, lift, scoop, lift for 4, 3. Can you bring your twist a little higher? 2 and 1. Let's reverse that circle. Twist along the mat, lift it up towards the ceiling. 3, 2 and 1. Lower your head back down. Over to the other side. Inhale, zip up, exhale, twist towards the left as the right leg comes up and along the mat in nice little circles. Keep your elbows wide. Really use those abdominals. Push your spine into the mat, your belly button into the spine. Let's reverse. Along the mat, lift it up. Really feel that those abdominals working on either side. 3, 2 and 1. Coming back down. We have one more exercise. This time we're going to twist to either side. So inhale, zip up, exhale, lift up. We're going to twist and do a circle, coming back. Twist to the other side, do a circle, come back up. And again. And again. So try and keep this head up now as we do our circles one way. And then we're going to reverse. So around and along the mat. Around and along the mat as we keep twisting towards the bent leg. Lengthening out the other leg for 4, 3, twist. We're almost there. 2 and 1. Bring those knees in. Rock from side to side. Round and around, up and down. Okay, let's put our right ankle onto our left knee and let's bring that in for a nice little glute stretch. Now, the leg underneath, if you bring that up, and if you can, bring that a little bit closer towards the body. So if you can, push your elbow on the knee. Bringing that back down. Let's push this top knee down as you're crossing the legs, arms out to the side, and let that fall out to one side. We feel that stretch across the hip here as well as the lower back. Nice deep breaths. Really let those legs fall towards the mat. Relax the body. Bring them up and over to the other side. Let those legs melt into the mat. Really relax into this stretch. Coming back. Untwist. Let's put the left ankle onto the right knee and bring that in towards you. Straighten out that bottom leg, and if you can, grab onto it and bring it in towards you. Lower that back down. Now with that top knee now, push that down as if you're crossing your legs. Arms out to the side and let that formation just fall out to the side. Coming back up and let that same formation fall out to the other side. Bring our knees in. Let's do a little roll like a ball. So you're just going to, with momentum, you're just going to bring yourself up and try and balance on your sit bones as you come up. Knees off the floor. This should feel quite nice. So keep coming up and down, nice on your lower back. I mean your spine actually, all the way along your spine. It's a little massage for your spine. Keep those abdominals activated though. Up and down, and then we'll finally come up. We're going to come around to the front. We'll do our little hip flexor. Everyone needs these hip flexors. So bring that left foot up and you're on your right knee. Come back a bit here. We're going to tuck our bottom under and push up against these hip flexors here. Bring our arms out in front. We're going to circle our left arm back, and then we're going to circle our right arm back. And see if you can come back, bring that left arm back up, bring the right arm onto your foot. So you've done a little windmill. Left arm up towards the ceiling, right hand back, wherever you can. Then we're going to come up. We're going to bring our right hand up and our left hand down towards the floor. Stretching up the side here. Then we're going to bring our right hand down towards the floor and our left hand up. Coming back down, let's go over to the other side. So now we've got the right leg up, the left leg on that knee. So if you need to put your towel under your knee, then we're going to turn our bottom under and really push our bottom up against the hip flexor. We stretch out across that hip flexor in front of your hip and thigh here. Hands out in front. We're going to bring the right hand back in a circle. Once it gets back to the back, start lifting up the left hand. Bring the right hand up to the ceiling. The left hand goes back towards your left foot. We're going to bring the right hand to down beside you on the mat. Lift up the left hand. Am I getting everyone confused? And then let's go back the other way. Right hand up towards the ceiling, left hand down. Coming back, Hands beside that front foot. Lift that back leg up. Let's bend and lengthen that front leg. Nice and slow. Come around to the front and then bend and stretch both legs. That little lateral lunge here. And then turn around to the other side and bend and lengthen. Bring both feet back to your plank now, and then just come down up into a down dog. Try and push your heels towards the mat and push through the heels of your hands. And now we're going to bring our chest forward and through our arms and lift up. And then let's come back down into our down dog. Let's pedal out those legs, stretching our calves and our Achilles. And then bring our chest back through our hands and lift up. And then back. Walk your feet towards your hands. Keep your head nice and heavy. A couple of nods with your head. A couple of no's. Swish your hands around your feet. Zip up through that pelvic floor and slowly roll back up. Let's roll our shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Back again. 1, 2, and 3. And push your right hand down towards your knee and bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Other way, left hand towards a knee, right ear towards the shoulder. Couple of nice deep breaths. So bend down there, nicely stretch down, lift up and down and up. Last one. Few little swishes from side to side, and we are done.